It was a dark and stormy night when Lara found herself alone in her family's old Victorian house. Her parents had left for a weekend getaway, and her younger brother was spending the night at a friend's house. At 16, Lara was used to being on her own, but this night felt different. As the rain poured down and the wind howled outside, Lara tried to distract herself with her phone. She scrolled through social media, watched funny videos, and even texted a few friends. But the eerie silence in the house was unnerving, and her imagination started playing tricks on her. Every creak of the old wooden floorboards and every gust of wind seemed to whisper secrets she couldn't decipher. She decided to make herself some dinner, hoping that a warm meal would chase away the feeling of unease. As she chopped vegetables in the dimly lit kitchen, Lara heard a faint tapping on the window. She froze, knife in hand, and turned to look. Raindrops were pelting the glass, casting eerie shadows on the curtains. It was nothing, she assured herself, just her imagination. But as she returned to her meal preparation, the tapping grew louder and more persistent. She slowly approached the window and pulled back the curtain. There, on the other side of the glass, was a face with hollow eyes and a twisted, malevolent grin. Lara screamed and stumbled backward, dropping the knife. She fumbled to call 911, but her trembling hands made it difficult to dial. The tapping continued, growing louder and more insistent. Panic coursed through her veins as she realized the intruder was now at the back door, trying to force it open. She knew she had to escape. Gathering every ounce of courage, Lara ran upstairs to her bedroom and locked the door behind her. She could hear the intruder's footsteps coming up the stairs, each step closer to her sanctuary. She searched desperately for something to defend herself with and settled on a heavy brass lamp. As the door handle rattled violently, Lara's heart pounded in her chest. She held the lamp tightly, ready to swing it with all her might. The door burst open, and the intruder stood before her, a grotesque figure cloaked in darkness. Without hesitation, Lara swung the lamp, and it connected with a sickening thud. The intruder crumpled to the ground, unconscious. Lara's fear-fueled adrenaline began to subside, and she realized the intruder was no more than a man in a mask. She quickly called the police, who arrived within minutes to apprehend the would-be intruder. Sarah's parents rushed home, and her brother was brought back from his friend's house. The ordeal was over, but the horror of that night lingered in Sarah's mind. She had faced her deepest fears and emerged stronger, but the darkness that had invaded her home would haunt her dreams for years to come. From that night on, Sarah never felt truly alone in her house again. The shadows seemed to hold secrets, and the silence whispered of things she couldn't comprehend. She learned that sometimes the most terrifying horrors lurk in the places we consider safest, and that courage can be found in the darkest of moments.